How we saved $11,266 in 1 year. All right, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm just gonna go straight to the point. I'm looking all professional because we're talking finances today. I'm actually wearing sweatpants, but nobody's gonna know that besides the people watching the video. So also before we get started, before we get into it, I wanted to say if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And also I just wanted to say really quick that all the tips that I'm sharing with you are based off my personal experience. And I'm not saying that you need to do any of them, okay? But hopefully you can take something away from it. All right, let's get started. Tip number 1. The majority of our money goes to groceries. Because we love to eat, duh. Well, we're a family of 4, so there's that. I started grocery shopping strategically. I make a meal plan. And a meal plan is where you figure out what you're going to make each day of the week, and you go grocery shopping based on that list. And in the past, I didn't do that. I just grabbed whatever I was craving and whatever I thought we would eat, and by the end of the week, a few things went bad. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is throwing out food. I also used to buy a lot of junk food, and I don't do that anymore. We saved, hold the horses, about $200 a month. That is, are you ready? $2,400 a year that we saved on groceries just by making a meal plan. Okay, tip number 2. We don't watch cable anymore, but we stopped doing that like many years ago. So we save about $840 a year just by not having cable in the house. Tip number 3. We don't eat out anymore as often as we used to. So we only eat out once a month. So anyways, we save about $4,680 a year that we save. Tip number 4. We no longer buy bottled water. I know it sounds weird because everybody has bottled water in the house. So instead we use filtered water from the fridge. So that saves us roughly $15 a month. That's $100 a year. It's not very much, but it adds up. Tip number 5. I unsubscribed from all these emails, from all these stores that send these promotions like 40% off if you spend $40 or more. It's really tempting, and a lot of times I didn't actually need it. I just bought it because I wanted to buy it. So I would estimate our saving around $50 a month. That's still $600 a year. Tip number 6. I stopped drinking alcohol completely. Like, I honestly don't even care for it anymore. I used to buy like 1 or 2 bottles of wine a week, and that's about $60 a month. And in 1 year, that's $720 that we save from just me not drinking anymore. And Brent never drinks anyway, so he did his part when he was in the military in Germany. So
sorry, Brent.
Okay, tip number 7. I built a more intentional wardrobe. I spend my money on like clothes and shoes and handbags and all that stuff very carefully. I only buy the clothes and stuff that I truly love. And sometimes I just make myself like a wish list, and in a week, if it's still something that I like, then I buy it. I used to do a lot of impulse purchases, and I don't do that anymore. So before I buy a shirt or pants or whatever, so I think about if I'm actually going to wear it. Hey Jaden, what's up? I'm almost done. Okay. Well, that saves me about $50 to $80 a month, and that's still $600 to $900 a year that I'm saving. Tip number 8. I no longer buy disposable cleaning products. I used to buy a lot of disinfectant wipes and those mopping pads and disposable dusters. And because it's disposable, you have to continually buy it. And it does add up after, look. So instead we are using, hey buddy, reusable items. And we save about $8 a month That's $96 a year. Plus, it's so much better for the environment. Tip number 9. I cut my husband's and my son's hair. And I've actually been getting really good at it. I've been cutting my husband's hair for about 7 years now. He needs a haircut like every 2 weeks. His hair grows so fast. So we save about $30 a month. That's $360 a year that we save. And if you guys want, I can make a video about it on how I cut my husband's hair. Just let me know in the comments below. All right, tip number 10. I use an Instapot. And I use it pretty often. It tends to use a lot less energy compared to a stovetop or an oven. And it's about 70% less cooking time. So Instant Pots and slow cookers are also really good ways to get meals on the table without having to do too much work. So there's that. All right, tip number, what are you doing?
Come here, Jaden.
What?
Come here.
Tip number 11. We don't buy coffee anymore. We don't go to the Human Bean as often or Starbucks like we used to in the past. We would go like every weekend. And instead we actually bought a coffee maker, and it even foams our milk. So there's that bonus too. We used to spend about $16 a month. That's $192 a year that we used to spend. All right, last tip. Tip number 12. Diapers. We use cloth diapers during the day for our 9-month-old. Unless we go out or at night, then we put disposable diapers on her. Because sometimes the cloth diapers leak, and so it's better to have those disposable diapers at night. So with that, we spend about $234 a year instead of $468. So yeah, that is it. These are my 12 tips.
I hope that one person in this world likes this video.
And I will see you next week. And don't forget to subscribe.